Hey everybody. So in this video we're looking at another start menu option for Windows 11. This was recommended by a user in the comments of one of my previous videos on this subject. In this video we're going to be looking at Start11 from Stardock. So here we have the Windows 11 test rig with a clean selection of Windows 11 22H2. And let's go ahead and install Start11. Okay, so we'll accept the license terms. Install it. So this is from Stardock, who also created Start8 and Start10. And you can see that this, like StartAllBack, is trialware. It does cost you. So if we purchase a product key, let's just hit purchase and see what happens. It's going to bring up a web browser probably. I want to show you the prices on here. Alright, Edge, I don't need you to go through your stupid little intro crap. Tell you what guys, sometimes I just hate Edge. Need to install Chrome on this thing. Alright, so it just brings you to the page. Let's see what happens when we click get it now. Let's look at the... Alright, so a single license is $5.99. So $6, $1 more than StartAllBack. So $14.99, so $15 for 5 active installs. It starts getting cheaper at this point than StartAllBack. I think a 3 PC license from StartAllBack is like $12 or something like that. And there's this subscription service where it's $39.99 a year, and you get, up to 5 installs, and you get a dozen different apps included. So that being said, that is a look at the pricing. So we're going to start a trial. Seriously. Wow. So I'm going to put my email address in to start the trial on this. Wow, they want you to click a link. So they make you go through all of this just to start a trial, whereas StartAllBack, you literally just install it and your trial begins. So StartAllBack, you get a 100-day free trial. You don't have to provide them your email address or anything like that. So Start11, in my opinion, has already lost points. But let's go ahead and have a look at what else it offers. So let's left align the taskbar. Very cool. This is something that is built into Windows 11. You can do from the settings. So you have Windows 7 style, compact Windows 7 style, grid Windows 7 style, compact grid Windows 7 style. Alright, let's do Windows 7 style. So you get a Windows 7 style start menu, compact Windows 7 style. Kind of reminds me of a mix of Windows 7 and Windows 11 here. So it's kind of a custom start menu. Personally, I prefer that things like music, pictures, documents are read out as a word, not an icon. That's one of the things I hate about the Windows 11 start menu. It's the fact that you can go in and turn on the various folders. And it gets you all these buttons down here, but again, they're just icons. I prefer to have them written out as words. So grid Windows 7 style. So it's kind of like a mixture again of Windows 11 start menu style. I mean Windows 11 again. You have a grid layout. And you have the compact grid, which again is kind of like Windows 11 in a way. So, to be honest, if I'm going to choose Windows 7 style, I would prefer the actual Windows 7 style menu. Alright, so modern style. You get similar options for these different styles. Modern style, I think I would like this one a little better than the Windows 7 style, just in my opinion. Everything's a little too crunched down in the Windows 7 style. If we do the modern style, you can see everything's a bit more spread out, but you're still getting a Windows 7 style start menu. Windows 10 style, you basically get a Windows 10 style start menu, which the icons are pinned kind of like the live tiles, but you don't actually have live tiles. They're not quite the same, but the layout is very similar to Windows 10. If you're on Windows 11 and you want a Windows 10 style start menu, all power to you. This here can definitely do it. In Windows 11 style, well, obviously it's Windows 11 style. So all it does in this regard is I think it just pulls up the Windows 11 start menu. So those are your start menu options, and you have the option to use the Start11 start menu if you wish. So if we turn that off, of course there is the Windows 11 start menu. I'm just looking to see if the pinned apps change, which I think they do. So when you have this option turned on and you have it set to Windows 11 style, it's like, okay, we're using a Stardock style Windows 11 style start menu on Windows 11. So not really sure what the whole purpose of that is, but anyway, we'll choose Windows 7 style for the start menu. So there's our start menu again. Actually, I prefer modern again. That's right, I prefer the modern style. Okay. Alright, so for start buttons, you do have the option to pick and choose your own start button image. So I guess that's pretty cool. I believe that's something you can do in StartAllBack as well as OpenShell. So you have the option here to position everything in the center. It says only supported when start button is on the left of the taskbar in Windows 11. So this option here, you must have the taskbar on the far left, or excuse me, the start button on the far left. So you have to have everything left aligned. So taskbar. Alright, so if we have that, you can turn on the option to have Start11 enhance the taskbar. So it says you would need to restart Explorer after turning this off. So it says allowing Start11 to enhance the taskbar lets you ungroup applications from the taskbar and enable its drag and drop functionality. Enabling this will turn on ungroup and taskbar buttons by default and will set your taskbar to left align. And we'll select yes. Okay, so that's pretty much what it does here. So you can see that programs that are open, it has them spelled out. Now I did mention a few minutes ago that I prefer to have stuff spelled out. The exception would be the taskbar. I do like I am used to just having icons on the taskbar, so it still wants to do that. That reminds me of Windows 8. Oh, because I mouse over this icon here. Yeah, that's a very Windows 8-ish kind of behavior there. You mouse over something, bam, something comes across half the screen. I'm going to turn that back off. And it has to restart Explorer to apply that, so keep that in mind. You can customize how the taskbar looks. You can blur the wallpaper under the taskbar, and you can use automatic color for the taskbar. So if you turn that off, it makes the taskbar look kind of like Windows 7 in a way. And you can adjust the taskbar transparency. Okay. So here is something that people have complained about in Windows 11 is how when you pull this up, of course in Windows 10 the clock would show hours, minutes, and seconds, whereas in Windows 11 it does not. So we turn that on. It says it requires a restart of Explorer. Okay, let's restart Explorer. Okay, we're still waiting on a restart. Alright, and if we click here, am I missing something here? Where is the time? Of course, this is the Windows setting here. Alright, so I'm going to turn that back off. And you have the option to change the start button look and position. And we was here earlier. Apply custom texture to the taskbar. So you can have the option to use a custom taskbar background texture. So you have all sorts of other options here where you can give the taskbar these custom looks. I mean, that's cool, but it's not really something I would go out of my way to purchase this product for. I'm going to turn that back off. Alright, so search. So Start11 brings in its own search functionality, which by default is enabled. And you can filter. So you can, okay, so show search result filtering icons. That way, for example, if you want to filter out web results from local results, or filter out local results from web results, I believe that's what that does. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, so it does give you options where you can go in and customize this. It gives you the option to use old Start 10 style search. Looks like the Windows 7 style search with small icons. Okay, I think I might know what this is talking about. So, for example, okay, this is, yeah, like Windows 7. I should mention this is something that is included in OpenShell for free. So when you install OpenShell menu, the search that's in the OpenShell menu is like the Windows 7 style search. It's not like the Windows 11 or Windows 10 style search. So you can turn that on, and you have the option to show search the internet button, to where it opens a search on the internet in Google or Bing. So we go control. So yeah, clicking the start button opens Start11 menu. You can have it set to other options. Pressing the Windows key opens the Start11 menu. Okay. In a full screen application, pressing the Windows key opens the Start11 menu. And you have options there. Windows menu shortcut. You can pin the Windows menu shortcut to Start11 menu. It's referring to the Windows start menu right there. You click that and it brings up the Windows 11 start menu. Alright, so in Start menu, I'm seeing some stuff that's missing here. I'm not seeing, let me close out of this. I'm not seeing the options to really customize the Start menu. Like where you can add and remove, for example, where you could add like shortcuts for downloads or network or things like that. That was built right into both OpenShell as well as StartAllBack, so it seems that it's missing from here. Again, this is my very first time testing this out. So, okay. Alright, click. Yeah, I'm not seeing options here other than the integrated Windows 11 right-click options. Now, I should mention that with the OpenShell menu, you lose these because OpenShell menu replaces the built-in right-click menu with its own menu, which I kind of don't like, but I mean, it's not a deal-breaker for me. Start11. So you click that, and this is how you get into the settings for Start11. So I'm not liking... Okay, hang on a second. Alright. Maybe I missed something here. Customize menu visual appearance. Okay, I did overlook this. Alright, so to be fair, let's make sure that this does give you the option to change the... Okay, so it does, but it's not... Hang on. So, alright. Personal folder, documents, pictures, and music. So... I'm going to say, though, that configuring this one is a little more difficult than the menu that's in StartAllBack as well as the menu that's in OpenShell menu. And if I hadn't already, there's a card. There should be a card in the upper right corner that you could click, and that would get you access over to my previous video where I compare StartAllBack with OpenShell menu. And I'll have to put a link or put a card in that video to get to this video for those who hadn't seen this one. But alright, let's see custom location. So if you want to do downloads, let's see, for example. Okay. Yeah, it puts it down here, see. Yeah, that's not quite what I'm looking for. Alright, so yeah. I'm just going to go in and just delete that option. Go back up top. Let's just try to add downloads. It puts it down at the bottom. And it doesn't... Okay, well, you can move it up on the bottom. Okay, hang on a second. Alright, so now we have downloads, and let's add videos. Alright, so you can set this up. Well, I mean to say you can add stuff to the menu. However, I'm going to say the difficulty is higher in this application versus StartAllBack or OpenShell menu. So there you have it. This is, of course, Start11. Why has it got computer down at the bottom? I'm not, honestly, guys, I'm not trying to be nitpicky about this, but the simple fact that it required an email address just to even start a trial and evaluate this software, that it loses points, in my opinion, on that, because you shouldn't, I mean, in my opinion, you should not be forced to provide your email address just to evaluate something like this. Something that's low cost like this, I think is ridiculous. It's competitive product, StartAllBack. You just install it, which actually I'll install it at the end of this video, just to show you. When you install it, it does not require you to enter. It does not require you to provide an email address to the author in order to start a 30-day trial. And again, the StartAllBack, you get 100 days to try it versus 30 days to try this product. So in comparison, with OpenShell menu in StartAllBack, well, of course, personally, I do like OpenShell menu because it's very customized. Offers a lot of customization. And another thing I should mention. So it appears that Start11 does not give you the options of customizing. Alright, so it does give you, it does provide some options down here on the taskbar, as well as a link to configure Start11. But regular Explorer right clicks, you're still graced with the infamous to dumb down right click menu, and you have to hit show more options to get everything. So in StartAllBack, it does all that for you. So it appears to me that Start11 provides less for more money, unless you're buying the largest option available, which I think was 5 PCs. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and uninstall this application. So we'll go to Programs and Features, and we're going to go in and uninstall this. I don't need 30 days to try it. I think 15 minutes is enough for me. Okay, so now, well, once it's done, okay, so let's say, for example, I'm not going to actually fill this out, but this is their feedback, and I'll sort of do a draft survey here. So select all the reasons you are uninstalling the application. Well, the 30-day trial did not end for me. The price is not terrible by any means. Confusing to use. I am going to say that it's harder to configure stuff in this application than it is StartAllBack. It didn't fail to function. Not moving to a new computer. Missing features I needed. Well, yeah, that would definitely be the case when you compare this with StartAllBack. Was not what was expected. Not necessarily. We could say I went with the competitor because I personally use OpenShell menu on my systems. If applicable, please provide more details related to your selection number 1 to help us improve our product, its use, or support for it. Well, for number 1, I don't like the fact that you have to provide an email address just to start a free trial with this product. That's the biggest negative I have for this software. The next thing it needs improving is, if you're wanting more people to use your product, offer more of the options that are available in your competitors, like, for example, StartAllBack. And of course, number 3 would be personal. How appealing is the app? I'm going to say it's a 3. How easy was it to use? I'm going to say it was a 4. No, I did not reach out for support. And overall, I'm going to rate this app a 3 out of 5. So, not going to actually fill that out, but that's kind of how I would rate this software. And it wants to do a restart, so it's going to restart the system. So yeah, once this thing finishes restarting, we'll go ahead and throw StartAllBack on here just to give you a brief comparison. So, of course, in my personal opinion, if you're looking for just the start menu, OpenShell hands down wins because it's free. And it also offers a lot of functionality. It gives you a Windows 7 style start menu, or if you want a Windows 9X or Windows XP style start menu, you can have those too. It does not, however, provide you all the extra options that you get in StartAllBack, like the advanced right-click menus. Now, there is a registry fix that you can download and install to bring back the full menu, right-click menu in File Explorer. StartAllBack, which will go ahead and install. I'll show you exactly what it offers. So, you remember how we had to provide an email address just to install Start11? What do I have to install StartAllBack? We'll install this for everyone. And there we are. So you have proper 11, kind of 10, and remastered 7. So remastered 7 makes it look like Windows 7. Okay, so it's recommended that we download a newer version. I'm not going to do that in this video, but let's give you an idea. So it gives you a Windows 7 style start menu, Windows 7 style theme if you wish, in remastered 7, or kind of 10. It gives you a Windows 10 style look. The menu still resembles Windows 7 though. So in StartAllBack, the start menu, of course, resembles Windows 7. Now if I go to start menu, you have the option to use the enhanced classic start menu, which is of course a Windows 7 style start menu. But look at all the options it gives you right here and how you can easily turn these on or off. So like videos is turned off by default. Just going to click that. So bam, not having to go through a bunch of clicks just to do something that's real simple. So network, bam, one click. This is a whole lot easier to set up in my opinion. And of course the taskbar, you have the option to change your start button icon. We have of course the default, and then we have plain 8. This is a it makes the taskbar look like Windows 8. And we have Windows 7, which makes the taskbar look like Windows 7, and you can of course change the start button to mimic Windows 7, and bam, you have a Windows 7 style looking taskbar. So we'll put these back to default. I may need to go and restart Explorer because it is messing with stuff a little bit. But you can see right here, the right click menus are the full menus. Like when I right click on this icon here, I don't have to hit show more options to get on my options. If I right click here, we have a full context menu for the taskbar. And of course, I gotta unlock the taskbar first. And you can of course easily drag it around. So this is something that StartAllBack brings back. So StartAllBack, for example, if I go to, I think it's about, let's say if I go to buy it, we'll look at the pricing. So one PC $4.99, 2 PCs $8.99, 3 PCs $11.99. So I mean, of course, Start11 did offer a 5 PC option, but for one PC, I mean, it's $1 cheaper, and it gives you more stuff. It gives you a lot more options, in my opinion. It's easier to configure. I mean, if you're going to pay for a start menu for Windows 11, by all means, go with StartAllBack, because Start11 is just... And look, 100 days to try it out, which I think is pretty cool. It gives you 100 days to evaluate it. I did not have to provide this company my email address just to get a trial. So that's a huge win for StartAllBack when comparing it with Start11. And honestly, guys, I'm not trying to be hard on Start11. I'm not. It's just considering what I've tried out with StartAllBack and of course OpenShell, I just seem to like those two options a whole lot more. And if you right click this, it still provides you your Windows 11 style options. That's one thing I wish OpenShell would do. For example, if you hit right click and choose properties, it brings up the StartAllBack menu. So you can right click on the start button and click properties and get into the settings for this application. So yeah, I really do tend to like that more. If I go to explore, you have additional options in here, which I'm not going to go too far into detail. This is really supposed to be just a Start11 video, but I did want to install StartAllBack after trying out Start11 just to really show y'all some of the additional options that this has. I mean, there's a whole lot more that this can do compared to Start11. So anyways, I think that pretty much wraps up for this video. Again, in comparing Start11 with StartAllBack, which is another paid option, StartAllBack gives you a much longer trial. You don't have to provide them your email address. The software is cheaper if it's a one PC license. It offers you more functionality overall, not just your start menu and taskbar. It also provides you, again, these full menus. So yeah, I mean, again, comparing those two, I do prefer StartAllBack. So if you have tried out Start11 and hadn't purchased it yet, I recommend you try StartAllBack if you want to purchase a start menu for Windows 11. Now, if you're wanting just a start menu, you can choose OpenShell, and I have a video which I'll feature in the upper right corner. You can get an OpenShell version that will work on Windows 11, that will work with the built-in Windows Start button, and it's free. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Well everybody, that wraps up for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to Cuckoo channel, and be sure to tick the bell, that way you get notified of new video posts. Also, I recommend following Cuckoo Company on Facebook. A link is in the video description. In addition to computer tech videos, I have a second channel, CubeCompMTDX. Links are available at the end of this video. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching and your support.